Hi, so quick video I want to do. Oh wow, my mic is peaking like a motherfucker. I'm gonna turn that down. So, little video I wanted to do to give an update on my song parody album. So, just recently I had to let my co-lead or whatever the fuck they were, I had to let them go from the album because I'm not friends with them in general anymore. So I had to let them go from the project, of course, and the biggest, problem that came with, okay, fuck off. The biggest problem with this is they had a lot of vocals on the album, so I have to go through a bunch of the songs and remove them and then redo them or have a friend of mine's do them. So that's becoming a bit of an issue, but the good thing is the album I projected to be finished soon, I'm assuming within the couple months. I'm pretty lazy when it's been coming to this album. My motivation for it can really take big highs and big lows, and I'm kind of at a low right now in terms of my motivation with the project. And I wanted this project to be a lot longer, but I realized that with my stream of motivation within the past few months on this project, I just don't think that I really should try to push myself to make it much longer, because then it's either going to take a hell of a lot longer to come out, or there's just going to be some products of the album that I'm not very fond of. I'm looking at the tracks right now. Now, there's a shit ton of tracks. There's some that I've written and recorded, and then I throw them away because I don't really like them. And then there's just some that just threw them out midway and that kind of shit. But I think there's about I'm not counting. I think about five or six songs that I plan to put on the album. A lot of them are more rock based. I intended to have more hip hop and pop on here, but God, writing rap songs are really difficult for me because my main thing about when I try to write verses is I like having a consistent rhyme scheme, but I'm also not a very skilled rapper, so so it's pretty difficult for me to write a really good rap verse like the ones in Bitchless. But the ones in Bitchless I had quite a bit of help for. And for this album I've been trying to write verses on my lonesome without much help from my friends. So there's a few rap songs that I've written a little out for, like maybe like half a verse or so, but I never ended up really finishing. So what I'm thinking of doing is for this album, it's going to be more rock based, maybe even more pop based. I'll have some pop songs thrown in there. And then the next album will probably be leaning more on the rap side, maybe. It really all depends on how I'm feeling when I go into another project like this. Because for another project like this, I might do an EP or something a little smaller than a full-fledged project like this. I also do intend to do some remasters for this album, to go back and remaster some songs, because especially songs like Bitchless could use some rewriting, especially. And then there's just some other songs that I feel like could use some more vocal work, could do better with a little mixing. Because the great thing about the experience of making this project is I've gotten a hell of a lot better at mixing and producing while doing all this shit. Mostly mixing. I don't really think what I'm doing is really even considered producing. So I've been going through, and I've gotten a lot better at mixing. The person that I let go used to be my main mixer, so she would go ahead and do that all for me. But obviously, it has to just be me now. But yeah, looking at the track list, a lot of it is more rock and metal based. So, which, like I said, I wanted to include more hip hop and pop songs, but either I just really couldn't come up with good ideas for them, or a big factor that I have with writing this album is making sure my fucking voice goes with it. Because there is just some songs that my voice just doesn't go to. And then there's some other songs that, like, my voice pairs relatively well with them. I don't want to make a song that, even if I really like the lyrics and even if I really like the idea, if the outcome of that product just doesn't end up going well, then I'm usually not going to put it on there. I have this one song that's a parody that I don't want to state the parody just because I might go through and I might finish it one day. But there's, like, I wrote it out and everything. Like, it's one of the most finished songs. Well, it's one of the more finished ones. It's not like if I were to theoretically go out of my way to, like, give it some touch-ups, it could be done. But I just don't like my vocals. I think my vocals are horseshit. And I got into an argument with the person because they wanted to pretty much steal my fucking idea and rewrite the lyrics to make it more about them. And I'm like, no, this is my fucking song. Fuck off. So, yeah, I do intend to do some remasters. For what songs, I'm not entirely sure. But I think this album, for fans of me already, is gonna enjoy this project whenever it comes out. I need to do some promotion for this album, because really, Oh, really? I really need to. I'm not really sure how to. I don't really know how to promote a project like this, considering I don't have a big platform. So I'm not too sure how to really go ahead with that. Because while I want this to be more for my fan base, I sure wouldn't mind a couple more eyes on this project to really make it worth all the time I've dumped into it. So that's about all I say for the album. I'm not gonna say like what songs are on there. I'm not gonna say like when any singles are coming out. I remember I did a YouTube poll probably more than half a year ago, and I asked how many singles that, like, with the general consensus of how many singles I should do for this album, and I think it was about 1 to 2. So I plan on doing 2 singles, but I'm still kind of bouncing between what singles I would even do, because I think 2 is the best, because while it's still within the same genre, there's a lot of different styles of rock and metal. Maybe not a lot, but there's different styles of rock and metal to this album that I think would give people just a better idea of what they're getting into when I put out some singles. So, yeah, I don't have a release date. I'm hoping before or during the summer of 24. Hopefully before, but like I said, my motivation has just been kind of all over the place with this, especially with losing said person, because then it more fucking work for me. But honestly, I don't mind doing all the mixing. It's really not a big deal. But it did take off some time. It shut it off some time when I could be writing another parody or doing vocals and that kind of shit. So, but yeah, that's about it. Like, if anyone has questions, then I'll be sure to answer them if I can. Like I said, I don't want to spoil anything. There's some good shit here. There's some dumb shit here. Mostly dumb shit. I intended to have some, like, stories or some story arcs on this album, but a lot of the ideas that I either parts of it just kind of fell through, or the whole thing just kind of crumbled. So hopefully next album will be better thought out. But yeah, that's about it. If you have any questions for this album, let me know. If it's anything about the remasters, I don't know what songs I'm remastering. I know one song I'm remastering, but I'm going to have to go through and look at some other song parodies of mine and see if there's any kind of worth remastering. But that's it for this video. See ya.